Good afternoon and welcome to Orrell St James. Welcome to Rugby League 2019 and the start of the Coral Challenge Cup. And the road to Wembley commences today for Orrell St James and Underbank Rangers. Both teams in the National Conference now. Underbank in the Premier Division. Orrell St James coming back into the conference this year. They will play in Division 3. Matt Horton alongside Sean Briscoe, currently working in the Warrington Wolves Foundation. Correct. And PDRL star, PDRL world champion, Sean Briscoe. There we go.
That's definitely going on my CV. Obviously, very proud of what we've achieved with PDRL. Not just obviously with at Warrington, but obviously Wakefield, Cass, Leeds being involved, and potentially Hull KR, Wigan, and Widnes having teams in 2019. So yeah, it's been a rapid rise for PDRL, and obviously we've got LDRL as well now on the scenes within the game.
Let's run through the sides then for this afternoon, starting first with Underbank, who have Jacob Garside at fullback, Lee St Hilaire, Alex Chatterton, Jamie Stringer and Courtney Alette on the wing, Richard Knight and Richard Pogson at half-back up front, Tom Booth, Danny Hurst and Nathan Robinson, Will Broadbent Allen, Owen Restall and Oliver Morehouse wrap things up. On the bench, Hanley Turner, Tom Stringer, Tom Eadson and Andy Boothroyd. Orrell St James have Jack McHugh at fullback, Brad Roby, Kernan O'Mara, Marcus Grimshaw and Andy Fleming, Danny Pyle and Jake Davis at half-back up front, Tom Marsh, Josh Houghton, Joe Molyneux, Adam Levin, David Kennedy and Sam Lewis is the loose forward. On the bench, Harry Mosley, Mike Horrocks, Tom Wettle and Gaz Koff for their head coach Gary Marsh. This afternoon's referee is Tara Jones. Don't forget, if you are an Our League member, you can get £5 off your tickets for the triple header at the University of Bolton Stadium on semi-final day. And if you're looking to get to Wembley, you can get 5% off your final ticket and a free junior ticket if you go to the Our League app. All the details and codes are on there for you. First game of the season for these two sides this afternoon, so anything could really happen, couldn't it?
Yeah, we've just been obviously chatting about the love of the Challenge Cup, and obviously the fact that there's 3 divisions between these two teams still make that anything can happen at the start. So we're looking forward to a good game here. Obviously road to Wembley starts here, and I'm going to be bold and ask you, round 1, who's going to win it this year?
What, at Wembley?
At Wembley.
Warrington, definitely. It's got to be. I've got to say that, haven't I? Warrington or Leeds, that'll do for me. Tara Jones is our referee here this afternoon. You would suspect on paper, and obviously nothing's written on paper and nothing happens on paper, but Underbank being the Premier League side, you would think would be favourites for this game this afternoon.
Yeah, I think so. Obviously playing the last few years in that National Conference, and last year in the Premier Division. I think they were just 1 or 2 games short of the grand final in that league. So they've obviously got the experience. They've played at a little bit of a high level, but obviously Orrell being maybe the underdogs today, coming from the North West Counties competition, could spring an upset. Obviously we've seen some of the talent that they've got, especially with Jack McHugh at fullback. If he can get a little bit of a space as the game goes on, then I think he could cause Underbank some problems.
A good crowd building up here at Orrell St James this afternoon. George King, a bloke you're familiar with, is the assistant coach here at Underbank. Richard Knight, the head coach at Underbank, has been forced into playing. He was in hospital on Tuesday of this week, but he's managed to lift himself off his bed. He's had a dropout, so that's forced him onto the field this afternoon, so he'll be directing operations from out there. But obviously you know George from his Warrington days, just recently moved to Wakefield, and
yeah, if his team's anything like George, obviously very competitive, direct and strong. I think if you look through these two teams, and then obviously look at them physically as well, I think probably Underbank's a little bit more of a bigger side than Orrell. Depending obviously how the game's going, that could take its toll as the game goes on.
So we're almost ready for the arrival of the two teams here at Orrell this afternoon. If you are wondering where in the world we are a stone's throw away from the M6 M58 junction. Terry, our cameraman, is precariously freezing on his bit of scaffold as here come the teams for this afternoon, led by our match referee Tara Jones. Orrell in the blue and gold, Underbank in the claret shirts with the gold trim. And here come the teams for this afternoon's fixture. Alex Chatterton and David Kennedy leaving these two sides out. Orrell are going to play from left to right in this first half. The wind is a factor. It seems to be blowing up the pitch at the moment.
Good old-fashioned subs jackets there from Orrell.
Yeah, straight from the building site.
Borrowed, I think.
We're just going to need to wait to get the trophy off the pitch. We are just going to have to hang on. Somebody's just going to need to let Tara know that we've still got the trophy on the pitch. So we are just having a slight delay. And I think we're looking after the cup first half, Sean. There we go.
Great work from Pete as always.
And we are underway in 2019 for Rugby League, and it's Underbank who are going to have first juice of the football, playing down the hill. And well, a crunching tackle first up as Hurst gets into dummy half, and well, 2 tackles, and Orrell very committed so far.
Yeah, they're definitely showing their intent. Great line speed, good contact within the collisions, and
a break for Underbank down this right hand side. Gets it to St Hilaire down that right hand side, and Underbank on the front foot already, 20 away from the line. As Knight gets it to Pogson, and Pogson will just drop it off to Tom Booth in the headgear. As they'll go that right hand side, as Knight just puts a little dinking over the top. It's going to bounce awkwardly, and it's been knocked forward, and this should be, I think it's turned into a penalty. It was originally a knock on.
Yeah, I think it's offside. I think Jack McHugh covering across, obviously stopped a certain try by putting his arm up. He's knocked the ball forwards, and one of the other Orrell players retreating back to his goal lines just knocked it out of play. And obviously in an offside position means there's a penalty to Underbank, just 10 metres out from the Orrell line, and first chance to get some points on the board.
And they're going to have a roll with Nathan Robinson. Don't forget, tomorrow on the BBC Sport website, Millom against Red Star Belgrade, as Underbank come to this left hand side. Short pass for Will Broadbent Allen. He's chopped a couple short. Here come Underbank again, trying to go up the middle, and ruled held up, and that might just give Orrell enough time to reorganise that defence.
Yeah, just a little bit frantic for them at the minute, but defending well, very structured with their defence. Spaces are good between the defenders, and they're getting up off the line, which is a good sign.
So here come Underbank again. Here is Knight down to this right hand side, and it's all open too easily, and it's Alex Chatterton who's got in. Opening try of this tie here at Orrell St James. Just a simple shift to the right, great pass from Owen Restall, who created this opportunity with the earlier break, and it's Alex Chatterton who's in, and Underbank lead by 4 points to 0.
Good start from Underbank. I think they'll be relieved to get them points on the board. I know, like we said, we're only 1 or 2 minutes into the game, but to get a try early on, ease the nerves, settle into it, and as we spoke about before, so with them being probably favourites for this game with their experience and the level that they're currently playing at, I think, like I said, that'll ease the nerves, and they'll get into the game, and we'll probably put a little bit more pressure on Orrell to perform.
What will be the message from the Orrell trainers to the boys?
I think obviously it's only very early. Just stick at it. There's plenty of time left. They've not had the ball yet, which is obviously a big part of the game. So they've defended 2-3 sets. Now they just get the ball in the hands at some point and ease back into it. Touchline conversion. So we'll see how he gets on with this.
Richard Pogson is with the kicking duties, and he has had that waved away. So 4-0 Underbank lead here on the Our League app.
Just a little bit nervous here, Matt. We're perched on a bench.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing what's concerned me is the way that they've split that left edge defence twice already.
Yeah, obviously both times that the centre's come in, which obviously left the winger on his own. Probably the way to defend it is the winger's got to follow him in, but so that it's not something that's easily done. Probably centre, wing, back row. That's very difficult places to defend.
And we also welcome the return of Steedon footballs today as well, as it's going to be Tom Booth with the carry. Quite a few have made their way over the Pennines to be here this afternoon as well, as Jacob Garside gets 15 away from the line. They're going to go on this short side with Courtney Alette.
Orrell are defending really tight around the middles, and I think that's what's creating the space. We saw Underbank shift it from a similar position last time, but they've come short side this time. But
that's a good tackle.
Good defence
from Adam Lavin. As Hurst at dummy half to Pogson. Here is Knight again, quickly down this right hand side, and they've broken him again with Chatterton down this right hand side. Here is St Hilaire. St Hilaire looks to step back in field, and St Hilaire has only got one to beat. It's going across the field. He's just surrendered into that tackle from Andy Fleming. Last tackle. Orrell trying to get numbers back, play the ball is slow from an Underbank perspective as Knight, they look to go through the hands as get to this edge, great pop pass to Stringer, and Stringer down that left hand side's lost it, and Orrell finally have ball in hand.
Yeah, it's good to see Underbank obviously not afraid to throw the ball around in their own half, and twice we've seen him now shift from left to right and cause a little bit of havoc down that left edge for Orrell. But no, Orrell have got the ball now. Let's see what they can do with it with a really strong carry.
Really strong carry. Oliver Morehouse put onto his back there. You'd think completing would be a big thing for Orrell now. First time ball in hand as Sam Lewis draws the penalty. And a bonus of a repeat set.
Yeah, I think that'll be a relief for all. Just pending their own half. All they've done so far is defend as the ball heads towards us. Thankfully, it's cleared us. But yeah, ball in the hand. Try and get a little bit more field position now and put on an attacking set rather than trying to climb the way all the way up this hill from their own 10-metre line.
It's just going to be a slight delay while one of the Speckies goes and gets the ball. And Orrell will start 5 short of halfway as Adam Lavin takes it in. Back on the inside for Tom Marsh. I know you said Orrell looked a bit, Underbank looked a big side. Orrell looked the bigger side, to be honest, as it's dropped off by Danny Pyle. As Houghton at dummy half drops it. They're going to switch it to this right hand side with Davis. Davis gets the offload to Lewis.
I think Underbank look a lot more structured when they've got the ball. Orrell at the minute, a little bit undecided with what they're trying to do.
Let's done really well to take that in. It took a nasty bounce. Oh, he's had it stolen. But 2-on-1, says Tara Jones.
That's a big penalty, that, obviously. From an Orrell point of view.
It's an extra penalty now because someone's said the wrong thing.
Yeah, a decent kick from the number 7 there to roll it into the 10 metres away from the Underbank line, but it's just criminal to give a penalty away like that, especially coming down this hill.
That's Pogson with the touch finder.
Van Finder
as well.
Yeah, as I was saying, I think Underbank look a lot more structured with their attack, obviously the way they're set up. Orrell, that first set, a few indecisive players, didn't know really which way they were going, but let's see what Underbank come up with this set.
And you think they'll go this right hand side, and there they go with Robinson. So they're 12 short of halfway. And they're going to kick the way out of trouble with Pogson. 40-20 is the call off the field, and it's just kept in field by Jack McHugh, and it's a decent chase.
Yeah, it is, and I think that's a good set from Underbank. Kicking a little bit early in the set, turn Orrell around, make them trek the way down this hill, and now they've got to try and fight their way back up. And I think it'll take a lot out of Orrell this first half if Underbank can keep turning the screw and keep putting the pressure on Orrell. Obviously, psychologically, it's a big advantage.
It's quite a slope that Orrell are playing up in this first half as they go to the left-hand side with Lewis. Here comes the kick from Pyle.
Fantastic kick there. If that stays in, which it looks like it will do, that's a great kick. Split the fullback and the winger. Made the fullback turn round, and a great chase as well to back it up.
And the chase is good. And Underbank will start 10 away from their own line as Courtney Alette at dummy half bounces away from Danny Pyle and gets an extra 4 or 5 after initial contact.
Interesting to see, like we spoke about Orrell attacking up the hill, but obviously from an Underbank point of view, that kick's gone in. It's took some of the Underbank players 2 tackles to get back. So obviously early season fatigue setting in already.
And obviously only 8 interchanges today as well, and that's another penalty. 4th one that Orrell have conceded.
I'd say it's a coach killer, but Sean McHugh, the official Orrell St James head coach, is away skiing. We're not sure whether he's watching, but we hope you are enjoying skiing, Sean. If you are listening.
Gary Marsh in charge of the boys today, as Underbank get to halfway. Big strong run from Robinson. That's a cracking hit on Oliver Morehouse. Great shot. Pogson decides to go on his own. Hurst at dummy half, scoots out to the right hand side. Looked for offloads but just couldn't get the football away as Garside drops into dummy half. Here is Knight, and Knight changes the direction, goes crossfield, but it's well taken by Kernan O'Mara. I don't think Richard Knight's teammates were aware of where that kick was going, were they?
No, I don't think there was anyone other than Richard Knight knew where that kick was going. I think the smarter option would have been just to roll it into that corner, make the winger and fullback go back and try and bring it out from there. Obviously giving a little bit more time to collect the ball with a crossfield kick, but a good set defensively from Orrell. So we restricted Underbank to just 30 yards, and now they're coming away up the hill again.
4-0 to Underbank if you're just joining us here on the Our League app. Don't forget tomorrow, Millom against Red Star Belgrade from 1:30 kickoff. That's on the BBC Sport website. As Orrell get a repeat set, of course, no free play from this season. I'm quite glad it's gone because it didn't really bring a lot, did it? You didn't see many teams score off it, did you?
No, you didn't. To be fair, I don't think teams exploited it to the full potential. I thought it was a great idea. Obviously, a nightmare from certain elements, but I think we could have seen a little bit more invention from some of the teams with that. But obviously it is what it is, and so we've lost it this year. As I think Orrell have lost the ball, but the referee has given a knock on against Underbank.
It was knocked down by Owen Restall, and they'll get the scrum. I'm aware of one coach who basically at every free play told his team to kick the ball at every free play.
I think that's probably
a negative way of using it.
Yeah, we have got quite a few creative players in Super League. Let them see what they can come up with, rather than give them a set. You must kick it.
Great pass down this left hand side. Chance for Brad Roby. Here come Orrell. Have they got anything up the sleeve? Here is Mike Horrocks off the bench. And the 5 away from the line, and suddenly Jacob Garside is trying to get this defence organised, and I think they'll take a penalty from there.
Yeah, so the first real chance for Orrell to be up this half, and looks like they're going to tap it, and they're not waiting about. They're on with things already.
And they're 5 away from the line with David Kennedy. Infield to Horrocks.
Looks as though this set plays on this the right hand side, half back, full back out the back.
They've got numbers to the right here, haven't they? Ball's hit the deck though. It's been taken by Adam Lavin. Just stop the momentum a little bit of the Orrell attackers. They'll try this short side. Here is O'Mara. And he's just short. It's the one part of the pitch we can't see. As they'll go for the little tab into the in goal. Oh, nobody near. And it's Danny Pyle who gets the try, and Orrell are back in it. Great kick through from Jake Davis. The Underbank defence had rushed up to try and get it to the face, and Danny Pyle puts the little kick through, and it's Jake Davis with the try. It's not. It's Danny Pyle with the try from the kick from Jake Davis.
Fantastic kick from the 7, Jake Davis. So recognised straight away. Underbank, credit to them for putting the pressure on with their line speed, rolling it in behind. Nicely weighted kick, sat up nicely, and it finished nicely under the sticks. And I'm sure we'll see the 2 points added, and Oral St James's take the lead.
And Danny Pyle will look to convert his own try. Should have no dramas with this. And here he is, kicks on its way, and the flags are up here, and Oral St James lead by 6 points to 4 here on the Our League app. The round 2 draw will be streamed on the BBC Sport website on Monday night at 6 o'clock. It will take place at whoever wins between your old club Wigan St Patrick's and Lee East. Mickey Hyam and George Williams will be doing the draw on Monday night.
I think that try came on the back of some fantastic defence from Oral. They got up, good line speed, and you spoke about the kick, a little bit of a nothing kick from Underbank at the end of their set, and on the back of that, Oral worked their way upfield and got probably what they deserved.
And from having 1 ball on the pitch, we've got 3. As Underbank get us back underway. That's Gaz Koff who's out there now. A couple of changes made by Oral St James already.
That's a great carry to get your set started. Run with that intensity, get some forward, find elbows and knees, quick play the ball, and away Oral go again.
The 10 short of halfway. As Sam Lewis it's decent kicks, just kept in field by Jacob Garside, and chase is pretty decent, and again it's a good chase, isn't it?
It is. It's another good kick from Oral, and I think that's going to be a key element today. Obviously, they're going up the hill at the minute, but they're finding distance with these kicks, they're finding space, and they're turning the Underbank back 3 around.
As St Helier with the carry, and a second effort again wins the penalty.
That's the 3rd time I think we've seen a very good kick from Oral, compounded with giving a penalty away and letting Underbank out with this half. I know Oral are winning, but they could probably make things a little bit easy for themselves if they could cut the penalties out with Underbank coming away.
Done good there. He's managed to get a BMW, a taxi and a Range Rover with that kick into the car park.
I'm glad I parked a little bit further away. I'm just looking where my car is now, seeing whether they can reach it.
Mine's near the same coach.
I just don't want to wait for me.
Yeah, you're a big target up there, Tell, aren't you? Our cameraman Terry is just fearing for his equipment. Yeah, that's the one. It's the first time Underbank have had the ball for a while as they come down this hill with Pogs, and here is Broadbent Allen.
The 13 for Oral, I'll tell you what, for such a slight play, he's getting through some work, he's taking some great carries, and he's defensive there,
that's a little bit high.
tackle there, and there could possibly be some further repercussions of that one.
Then just a little disagreement afterwards. It was penalties been called.
As I say, the 13 for Oral, he's getting through some work. Sam Louis, and whether it's carries or his defence has been very good as well.
There was direct contact to the head there.
Well, for me, that's
It
warrants a card, in my opinion, from where I was stood.
I agree.
It's difficult to see from a refereeing point of view. It's
18 gone here.
Just a penalty for Underbank. Left to right shift coming up, Matt.
Yep, and they've had success with that so far. Just going to get a bit of a base camp with Booth. Oh, big run from Nathan Robinson, 18 out. Going to try the left-hand side. Here's Pogson. Pogson dummies goes. Pogson's found a big gap, and Pogson will get in at the corner, and Underbank get their second try of the afternoon. 19 minutes on the clock. We picked the left to right shift. Instead, they've gone from right to left, and it's Richard Pogson who gets in at the corner, and Underbank are back in front.
Great to see Richard Pogson take the line on the ball in two hands. Hard for any defender coming towards you to decide what to do. Does he stay in? Does he come in for him? Does he stay out on his own man? Decided to stay out, and Richard Pogson stepped on the gas and slid through and puts Underbank straight back in front.
As we come up to quarter time here at Orrell, just 20 minutes gone. Just to let you know, that's a running clock that's on your screen at the moment. It's not the official time, it's for guidance only.
It's a new season, Matt, but same old story. Penalty equals try. It's not every time, but obviously it's a common theme with rugby. Ill discipline leads to giving tries away. And
6-2 penalty count in favour of Underbank at the moment as well. So that must be another message that's getting out there as well.
It will be, as Richard Pogson, I think, has added the conversion.
He's added the kick. Great kick from Richard Pogson. 10-6 then. Underbank lead here.
I think 4 of them penalties have come from when Underbank have been penned in their own 20-metre line.
And then the most criminal one of the lot, where somebody mouthed off at the official. Don't forget, our league members, £5 off your semi-final tickets back at the University of Bolton Stadium. 3 games this year as well. The Coral Challenge Cup women's final, alongside with the 2 men's semi-finals this year, as Courtney Alette brings it back for Underbank.
He's got great feet for a big fella, hasn't he?
As Jamie Stringer takes it in. Try this left-hand side with Booth, and he's put a lot of work in this opening 20 minutes, as they're going to try the short side with Broadbent Allen. It's Pogson. Goes short. Not sure that Nathan Robinson was expecting that. Last tackle. Decent defensive set from Orrell St James. They've kept Underbank inside their own 40. As Knight, that holds up in the air, and great take in heavy traffic.
Yeah, I think he's probably going to be better served. Just give a little bit of a jump there, get off the floor, and a little bit of a follow-up, a little bit of afters after the number 2's played the ball. But yeah, great take, great bravery, and obviously Orrell get the ball back and a chance to work their way back up the field.
Horrible situation that as a winger, isn't it? You can see three big fellas running at you,
and the wind,
you know what's going to happen.
And the wind's holding it up as well, so it's not coming down as quick as it normally would do. So, but yeah, obviously he took the ball, which was the most important thing, and sometimes you've got to put that first.
Here comes the rain as Kernan O'Mara tries to put the fend on. On the last tackle. High tackle. High kick in this wind. It's well taken though by Jacob Garside. Probably just a little bit too deep, the kick, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, but to be honest, I don't think it would have mattered if it would have been shallower, because majority, I think, of the Orrell players were offside, and the referee and the touch judge on this side had told them to stay out of it, so I don't think it would have mattered if it had got a little bit more height on it.
So Underbank have made their first 2 changes of the afternoon. Tom Eadson's out there now. St Hilaire in off the wing, picks up and goes on his own and gets 10. He's trying to get the quick play of the ball, and does, and Pogson inside the 40 has put it straight down the throat though of Jack McHugh, and Jack McHugh will get 10 short halfway, and again just shows how strong that wind is, isn't it?
It does, and obviously Pogson, the little try scorer for Underbank, obviously tried to put his foot through that one, but didn't get anywhere. 30 metres at most. Jack McHugh returns the ball, and within 2 tackles, Orrell St James is back up to the halfway line.
Here's Gazkoff again. gets 5 inside the Underbank half as the rain threatened, but it's abated as Orrell go back up the middle. To this right hand side now. Here is McEwen to the line, looks to get onto the edge, and great flick out at the back, but it's fallen into Underbank hands and they'll get it back 10 short of halfway. Idea right, wrong execution?
I think, to be honest, I think he would have been better off. It's always difficult passing blind, especially when you're passing it back in field, when you've got defenders tracking across, and good on the Underbank player. Great honesty in defence and turning up on the inside to pick the ball off.
As Courtney Alette gets 10 inside. The Orrell St James half has picked up one-handed by Hurst, and Hurst forced into this hooking role today by the late withdrawal that Richard Knight was telling us about before the game started. As is Tom Stringer now off the bench on the last tackle. 25 gone here as Knight then just looks to hold it up in the wind. It's been taken in front of the goal line and he's just been taken in the ingoal, and it's going to be a goal line dropout, and it didn't look the best kick, but it's turned into a great one.
No, it was nice positioning from the Orrell fullback, but he's only a very, very slight player, and the great chase from the Underbank players meant that they could drive him back into his own in goal, and on the back of that they'll get another set to attack this Orrell line.
Goal line dropout's a daisy cutter, and Richard Knight sensibly traps on the foot, and it's going to be Tom Eadson to bring it back. Has sent Hilaire in field looking for work again. He's done that a number of times this afternoon so far, and that's a penalty all day long. Stupid. Can't just push a block back to the ground like that, can you?
No, and fair play to Lee St Hilaire. He's getting these quick players. He's putting the Orrell St James's players under pressure with his strong carries, good footwork near the line, and his urgency to play the ball, and gets his rewards with a penalty for Underbank.
Pogson goes short to Eadson again. Underbank on the attack, looking for that third try. Here's Andy Boothroyd. Options left and right. Looks like right's the way to go. They've gone that way. Here is Knight. Knight pops it up. Great take. Great line from Owen Restall. Third try of the afternoon. Superb footwork from the second row forward, and he crosses, and Underbank lead by 14 points to 6.
Yeah, just a second that, Matt. Obviously, the back row is peripheral vision superb there. Saw the centre jamming in on him. Slight body swerve, out he goes around him, dives over and puts Underbank further in front. But I'll tell you what, liking the look of Richard Pogson on this left hand side, taking the ball to the line. He's got options, he's got a lead runner, man out the back. He's got a nice show on going him as well, so he's causing the trouble, I think, on this left hand side. And I think as the game progresses, when Orrell get a little bit more tired, that we could see him slice through this defence a few more times. But nice ball from Richard Knight on the right hand side, and so both half backs combining well for Underbank.
An early contender for this afternoon's Coral Challenge Cup Man of the Match, which will be selected by Sean just before full time. 28 minutes gone.
I think the message from the Orrell coaches will be just to stay in this game. Obviously, we're 28 minutes gone, 12 minutes half time, and they're playing up this hill. They're only
Great kick.
10 points
Richard
behind.
Pogson. 16-6 now. Great kick in these conditions into this strong wind. Just worry a little bit for Orrell, because obviously they play at a good level. Underbank, the National Conference Premier League is a good. There's some good teams in there. You look at Hunslet Parkside and Tatterheath and Siddle and others like that, and you'd think that if they get too far out, it might just be too much for Orrell St James, and win behind second half, you can just see him controlling this game, can't you?
You can, yeah, and I think it's going to be important that Orrell score next. If Orrell can score next, like I said, we've said go downhill this second half. Yeah, they're against the wind, but you know that the wind can change. This hill's not going to change. It's always going to be here. So change of conditions maybe. not saying it's definitely going to happen, but they've got to stay in this game, and I think they've definitely got to score next.
Here's Lee St Hilaire again. I'm going to try this left-hand side now with Broadbent Allen. Great move down this short side. Here's Courtney Allet. Oh, and he's just been knocked into touch by Tom Wettle. Nearly so close to being away again there, weren't they?
Yeah, they were, but great effort from the number 16 from Orrell. Tracked across Tom Wettle. We spoke about the Underbank player filling in before to pick up the intercept, but second efforts like that, he's tracked over, he's worked hard, and he's managed to bundle the Underbank player into touch. So yeah, big raps for that. And obviously Orrell get the ball back on the halfway line, and now they can put Underbank under a little bit of pressure themselves.
So Orrell from this scrum will look to get to halfway. They will, just about.
We've not really seen Orrell throw the ball around too much. They've had that one opportunity down the left edge, and obviously they came to this right edge with McHugh out the back. But we've not really seen them have too many shots at the edges of the Underbank defence. And when we did with them two opportunities, they caused them a few questions.
Richard Knight, the Orrell coach, the Underbank coach there, play out there on the field. He gave the penalty away, stuck the hand up, just apologised to everybody. While George King on the sideline looked pretty disgusted with his head coach's efforts.
Carrying what looks like battle scars over each eyebrow as well, George King.
Obviously had a busy pre-season. He was in action on Tuesday night. As Orrell looked to switch, go down this left-hand side with Pyle. Here's Harry Mosley operating at dummy half down this left-hand side for David Kennedy. Can Orrell get back into this game? Down this for Kernan O'Mara. He's flipped it out at the back, and it's gone into touch, and the chance has gone for Orrell.
Yeah, I think probably better serve just to keep hold of that ball. It's always difficult when you've got defenders on. You're trying to flick it out the back door.
He's a big man, Kernan O'Mara, playing down this right centre, isn't he?
He is. I won't want to argue with him, I'll be honest. But good to see, obviously, Orrell asking a few questions now, this Underbank team. I think the big thing for them here is keep this ball, try and keep this ball up here with Underbank and put them under pressure. No easy penalties, and don't let them out of this 20 as they have done so many times. I think if Orrell can get on the score sheet before half time, that will be a massive boost for them going into the sheds.
Eight minutes left to half time. As Underbank bring the ball away.
Just heard the call there from the Orrell bench. No more cheap penalties, and so far they're doing as asked.
Pogson then switches it back up the middle for Garside. Here's Courtney Allet then. Told to get inside, gets away from a couple, sets off again and gets to halfway. Reminds me of Jermaine McGilvery a little bit, does Courtney Allet, as Pogson with the high kick. That's going to be taken, just couldn't be taken in, and will come back for the knock on. But that could have been such a different story for Underbank.
Yeah, you often see, don't you, a kick that I'm not saying he's definitely miscued that one, but obviously so many times you see it where the ball comes off the boot awkwardly and it turns into something magical. Just couldn't rein that one back in the right centre there for Underbank. Otherwise we could have seen another try, but chance for Orrell now to work their way back up, as we keep saying.
And a 12 shot of halfway. Try that left hand side with the captain David Kennedy. The Orrell try scorer was Danny Pyle. Gets it back on the inside to Mike Horrocks. Here is Pyle again. Here's McHugh into the line. Here is Kernan O'Mara down this right-hand side again, and this time the underbank defence slides. It's McHugh a dummy half to Davis again. Here is Sam Lewis. Plays above his weight, doesn't he? Does Sam? Last tacklers. Pyle decides to go high. It's going to bounce. Where's it going to bounce? Garside gets across and does well and brings it in, and it's just that momentary little bit of panic there, wasn't there?
It was. I was just looking where obviously the underback winger was. He'd stayed in the defensive line. The fullback was over towards the sticks, and that could have gone anywhere, and it could have been a try. And probably a little bit more faith in their ability. They could have chased a little bit harder there. Got that ball, but again, we see Lee St Hilaire. Great carry, finds his front, and underbank straight on the front foot.
As Hurst and the error has given Orrell big field position again, as Jake Davis takes it in. Going for a change of court at half time. As Tom Wettle now for Orrell St James, playing left to right as we look in this first half in the blue underbank, in the claret and gold, as Joe Molyneux goes again. Here is Mosley at dummy half to Pyle. McHugh into the line, and that's just one of them where he's fallen into it, hasn't he? I don't think there was any malice there from Alex Chatterton at all.
Yeah, I think there's no malice in it. He's just one of them. The attacker's done him a little bit of a footwork and slipped at the same time. He's just caught him a little bit high, but obviously good feet from the fullback. I think it was who's got the penalty. And as we said, Orrell in this 10-metre zone with another penalty.
Another one.
I think Tara Jones is going to pull out the underbank captain, have a little bit of a chat. I think that's 3-4 penalties back to back there against Underbank. So
the last 3 of Orrell St James. 6-5 in fair favour of the penalty count at the moment. And Orrell need to score before half time, as Horrocks takes it in. Converted try would get them back within 4. Here is Lewis up the middle. Lewis has got it away. Anything down this left hand side with Molyneux.
I like that play, but I don't think you have your smallest player coming straight through the middle on a crash ball like that.
No. Seen that a lot over the years at this level, that play. There's Kennedy then down this left hand side to this right hand side. Here's Pyle again. Great ball to Davis. Davis looks to take the line on, but the underbank defence slides again. And down this right hand side out to the winger. He's dropped it and it's back in the hands of Courtney Alette, and we'll play on from there.
I think Orrell, from an attacking point of view, they're set up well, but I think they're just lacking that little bit of deception that Underbank throw at them when they've got the ball. It looks like the 1 or 2 options, that's it. I think when Underbank are running at Orrell, I think they've got 3-4 options that if they choose the right option, then they'll cause a lot of trouble.
Couple of minutes left in this first half, plus whatever stoppages Tara Jones has for us in this first half. Been no nonsense from Tara, has it? We don't even know she's there.
No, very good so far. I'm pretty sure that'll carry on. She's a well-respected referee, and as we said, doing a fantastic job.
Alex Chatterton, who set Underbank on their way with the first try of the afternoon. As Knight then to Pogson, it's on here. Broadbent Allen, probably the longer pass for Jamie Stringer was the option there.
It was, and I was just looking where the winger was, and I was looking where the Orrell winger was. He just rolled his ankle. It looked in a little bit of a divot with the looks of it, but he's going to possibly get involved shortly.
As Knight puts it downfield, McHugh just manages to bring it in after a big bounce and sets off crossfield, looks to find an edge, and he's been hunted down by Lee St Hilaire. Pace of the game is just hitting a few of these blocks now. They're struggling to make the 10 back, aren't they?
Yeah, no, I think it has been quite a physical game. So we've had quite a few penalties, but there's been some great tackling in there as one of the Underbank players rolls away from the tackle. Looks like he's a little bit of a clash of heads, I think, within the collision.
Will Broadbent Allen, the man who has gone down. While we are at time off, we will remind all our league members of the great deals you can get on tickets. You can get £5 off your Challenge Cup semi-final tickets at the University of Bolton Stadium for the triple header, and you can also get 5% off Coral Challenge Cup final tickets. And if you buy one, you can get a free junior ticket as well. If you go to the app and to the website, all details are on there. Tomorrow, history will be made. The first Serbian side to take part in the Coral Challenge Cup. Red Star Belgrade, they're up at Millom. 1:30 kickoff for that one. You can watch that one on the BBC Sport website. And we'll be back on the Our League app for round 2 coverage as well. We will confirm our game after the draw, which takes place on Monday night. Mickey Hyam and George Williams on draw duties on Monday night. The draw will take place either at Lee East or at Wigan St Patrick's after their game this afternoon. And just going to go and get the head checked out. So Oliver Morehouse will get back out there. Seems okay, he's laughing and joking as he comes off, isn't he?
Yeah, I think there's a little bit more concern from the physio than there is the player, which is usually standard within rugby league.
Never want to go after players, do they? They hate it. So, have Orrell got anything in the tank before half-time? Mike Horrocks. And it's a 6-all penalty count now.
This could be a telling few minutes, I think, for this game. If Orrell can put a little bit more pressure on, execute correctly, get over that line, and go into the second half just 6 points behind down the hill.
So we're in added time at the end of this first half, as Orrell then look for that try that'll bring them to within a score of Underbank. 16-6 the Rangers lead at the moment, as Mike Horrocks on the charge gets 5 away from the line. Mosley at dummy half. Pyle, just a bit of a juggle. It's dropped off though to Tom Wettle, and Wettle is met by Oliver Morehouse as they'll try the right hand side again with Davis. Now, we can't see it at the moment. We can now, as Lewis gets it to Pyle. Here is Kennedy. Kennedy looks to go on his own. Kennedy for the line. They've sucked the winger in. They've just loaded that short side, haven't they? Gonna go for a kick. That's a shocker as Knight takes, and it's going to be a 20-metre restart and a 7-tackle set.
That's just, honestly, from a kick point of view, it just makes no sense whatsoever. You've chipped it up into the in goal. All he's got to do is catch it in a 7 set. But I'm going to credit that Underbank defence there. They asked a few questions. Orrell threw the ball around, stood strong, and so far the only way that Orrell have managed to break them down is from a very good kick towards the sticks on the back of Underbank's great line speed.
Tyra Jones just had a cheeky peek at the watch, so we can't be too far away from half time here, as Underbank's just safety first football, isn't it? It's a classic exit set.
Complete the set, roll it into the corner and defend, as we see Pogson do exactly that.
And he's managed to beat McHugh with the kick and chases the call, and 1, 2, 3, 4 players there. Pretty much a perfect set for George King and his boys.
Great set, and now if they can back that up with a strong defensive set, they'll finish this half nice and strong and where they want to be. See, with that play, obviously from Orrell, it's a one man out. He had nothing outside of him. Underbank can get up nice and easy and control it.
And they've decided to kick the ways out of trouble. Courtney Allet's going to have to chase this back. It's a good kick, good early kick from Danny Pyle. As Allet has plenty of time to collect, and we'll just take it forward, and it's a good kick. Well, that's it. Half time here at Orrell St James. Underbank lead by 16 points to 6. Alex Chatterton with the first try. Danny Pyle replying for Orrell St James before Richard Pogson and Owen Restall put George King's men 16-6 up at the break. Sean, your thoughts on this first half?
I think quite evenly matched. I know Underbank have managed to get a few tries, but I think Orrell's probably been, from a field position point of view, a little bit more in control of that, whether that's on the back of the penalties or just the way that the game's gone. But yeah, I think Underbank deserved the lead. Whether it should be a 10-point lead or not, I'm not sure, but thoroughly deserved. And it's going to be interesting this second half with Orrell going down the hill but into the wind.
So half time here, Orrell trailing by 16 points to 6 against Underbank here in the Coral Challenge Cup. Stay with us, we'll be back with the second half in a few moments' time. And welcome back to Orrell St James for the second half of this Coral Challenge Cup tie, first round tie, as Tara Jones, our referee, blows time on Underbank, playing left to right in the claret shirts against Orrell St James in the predominantly blue kit. Orrell first use of the football in this second half. Sean, what do you think the message has been in the Orrell sheds at half time?
I think it'll just be complete and cut out the silly penalties when Underbank are coming out of their half. I think if they can do that, a little bit more structure to their attack when they're near the line, and I think they can come away with some tries. From an Underbank point of view, I think it'll just be more of the same. Complete your sets, good kick, good chase, and stay strong in the middle.
And of course, Underbank, although playing up the hill, have got quite a significant breeze behind them in this second half here. As Orrell St James, too much on that, it's gone out on the full, and they're going to get a scrum. 40 out from the line, and not the best start.
No, definitely not. Obviously, we just spoke about the words that will be ringing in their ears from the sheds, and I'm pretty sure they won't be the words that were ushered to them. I think probably trying to be, with this win, probably just trying to aim a little bit further downfield, and let's turn this Underbank team around. It'll be more of what they'd like to have heard. And
the first score of this second half is crucial, isn't it? It's got to come from Orrell St James if they're going to get anything out of this game.
If they are, as you say, it's got to come from Orrell. But the way the two teams are attacking, it's going to take something special, I think, to get through this Underbank defence.
Owen Restall, one of the try scorers, will play the ball as Andy Boothroyd up the short side.
I think what will be key is ball retention in this second half.
First penalty of the second half.
The rain's coming down at the minute, making it a little bit more slippy. And if I think the team who can control that ball and look after it the best, so give themselves a lot better chance.
Underbank looking to play some rugby league here as Nathan Robinson takes it in. Cup match could have easily taken 2 there. Would have made it a 12-point game as Pogson, who's caught the attention of Sean. Here is Richard Knight, will drop it off. Here is Tommy Eadson up the middle. Eadson for the line. Oh, just can't get there. McHugh with the last gasp challenge. Big chance here then for Underbank Rangers with Booth, and Booth's held a couple short of the liners. Boothroyd at dummy half. To the right to Pogson. Here is Knight. Knight back on the inside for Jacob Garside.
That was a little bit
telegraphed that as well.
It was, yeah. He could have done with a blue flashing light on it.
Boothroyd one way, goes the other, gets it to Pogson. Here is Knight. Knight just drops it onto the boot. It's gone into the in goal. It's been knocked dead, and it will be a goal line dropout. And offside's been ruled by Tara Jones, so
penalty against.
Got away with one.
They have, yeah. It was a nice kick from Richard Knight. But as you said, Tara Jones rules. Underbank player was offside just outside of her, and a relieving penalty for Orrell St James's.
And they'll get a chance to clear the lines. That's missed every car. Ball's gone under that BMW and it's about to leave, so
I don't know if he's about to leave or he's just headed for cover at half time and not realised the game's back on.
Yeah, he's probably watching it on his phone, yeah. It can't be, he's not acknowledged us yet. He knows we're watching him. No. So Underbank defending at the moment, all St James ball in hand.
Cup penalty on that left hand side there, if they'd have gone the other way. I think Tara Jones acknowledging that they were all offside.
18 is Harry Mosley at dummy half to Pyle. Not the best pass, and Jake Davis just forced to submit into the tackle as Mosley at dummy half gets it back and kick downfield. It's going to be straight down the throat of Jacob Garside. And Garside is put to ground. 32 away from the line, of course. Both these sides 6 weeks away from starting the league seasons as well, aren't they?
Yeah, it's obviously the way that the Challenge Cup's structured. Obviously, it's quite a while till they get underway properly with the league and the weekly fixtures. So I think today's a good test for them, not also within the Challenge Cup, but to see where they're at.
As Boothroyd gets just over halfway, ball's come out and no advantage, and
I think this could be a scrum to Underbank, if I'm honest. I think the Tara Jones might have,
Yep.
she ruled that the Oral player had knocked on first.
just away from Challenge Cup action today. One of the oldest amateur competitions in the rugby league world also starts today, the Standard Cup in Oldham. All the local clubs in Oldham in action today as well. And if it's like this, it won't be nice up in Higginshaw. Terry's our cameraman. He's going to be doing a Mary Poppins soon as Knight puts a kick in, gone for the element of surprise, and it's found the touch in that right hand corner. But it's good vision from Richard Knight, isn't it? He sees everybody's in that defensive line, knows he's prepared to back his blokes to get there.
I just think the sensible option would have been,
He's given a 40-20.
given 40-20, kicked it from the halfway line.
And they're in. Alex Chatterton on the back of that 40-20 from Richard Knight has scored,
Which wasn't a 40-20.
which wasn't a 40-20.
Tough call there on Oral.
Tough call on Oral. 20 points to 6 up. And, well, it's been... Who are we to argue with the officials? But it wasn't a 40-20. It's been given as a 40-20. And Underbank have taken advantage. And they lead by 20 points to 6. And that could just be that.
Yeah, the point I was going to make previous is the fact that obviously it's gone into touch. Maybe the smarter option would be aim for the middle of the field, where you can pretty much control that it's not going to go in touch. But obviously on the back of that, they get the tap 10-20 metres in, tap the ball and score on the back of it. I think Oral will be disappointed. It's one of them decisions that goes against you. You can't argue with it. You just got to get on with it, suck it up. And I think they were probably too busy arguing the point and switched off, and the Underbank crashed over. And probably for me, that lead's going to be a little bit unassailable for them. And
especially playing into this wind is getting stronger and stronger and stronger as we look, as well as Pogson tries to curl it round on the wind and sticks the flags up here. 22-6 Underbank lead, and it looks like they're heading into the hat for the draw, which is on Monday night at 6 o'clock on the BBC Sport website. Don't forget, tomorrow as well, history will be made. Milam, lovely place of the world to go and watch your rugby league take on Red Star Belgrade, Crvena Zvezda, if you want to have it in a little bit of Serbian.
we got a Serbian commentator.
I don't know. I think it's going to be Woodsy, isn't it? So I would presume. I don't know if Woodsy's up on his Serbian at the moment. I was speaking to him on Thursday at the Super League launch in Manchester as Lee St Hilaire takes it in. And we spoke about this at half time, didn't we? Game management. This is what it's about now for Underbank, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think what sometimes we spoil the game of rugby league by trying to complicate things too much.
It's another great kick from Richard Knight.
It is, and it could go. That could go for a 40-20. It's just a case now of complete your sets, turn the ball over in the right areas, and front up and defend. And if they can do that, then yeah, to me, I can't see Oral scoring. The one time that they have scored, it's come from a kick. They look very structured with the defence, and the line speed's been fantastic. So keep more of the same, and I think the home and hosed.
1:30 they're underway at Millom tomorrow as Orrell go down this right hand side.
I think if they are going to get back into this, I think Orrell might have to chance their arm a little bit, and the conditions definitely won't suit chancing your arm with offloads and trying to play a little bit more expansive, because Underbank look very, very solid through the middle.
So they try this left hand side with the captain David Kennedy. He gets over halfway and it's last tackle play, and those are coach killers, aren't they?
Yeah, I think Orrell had the ball 3-4 times in the second half, one out on the full, turning it over on the halfway line on the last tackle, losing the tackle count. And we say it, game management that's been a little bit smarter, knowing what tackle it is and realising it, and taking appropriate action.
There is Oliver Morehouse for Underbank. Through his own player as well there. Underbank get over halfway with Jamie Stringer. Courtney Alette goes one way, comes the other, puts the big paw on and sets off and gets another 4 or 5 upfield as Boothroyd jumps from dummy half. It's a good run. He's got away from 1, tries to get away from 2. He's got a chance to offload and nearly.
That's 10 minutes.
10 minutes gone in this second half. 22-6 Underbank lead. It's with Knight on the last tackle, goes really high.
That's in the clubhouse.
Going to go out on the full, I think.
Oh,
No, it's bounced once and gone into touch.
I'll be honest, I thought that was sailing into the clubhouse, but it's managed to stay in. Bounced, turnover there, and Orrell have got the task to bring it away from their own 10-metre line.
Do that all day now, can't they? Kick the football, get it into the corner. Why? It's given a scrum. Given a turnover, no scrum. Not complaining. Should have been a scrum, shouldn't it?
Should have.
Should have.
I think he should, but unless we didn't see something because of all the umbrellas lined up. I think all Terry needs up there is a fishing rod.
Yeah, he's got his big fishing brolly up as our cameraman Terry, who's providing you with your pictures this afternoon.
It's the right weather for it.
There's David Kennedy 10 short of halfway. There's Josh Houghton back out there now, and that's a great hit to turn the football over, and it's with Lee St Hilaire, and St Hilaire will give them great. What a tackle that was.
It was, but again, telegraph from Orrell. It was obvious what was coming to the Underbank defence. They moved up, good line speed, and it just shut it down. Credit to Sam though. He's run his heart out with the ball in hand and tackled his heart out. But he's not the biggest, and probably a little bit easier for the Underbank defence to read that one.
As Tom Booth takes it in. 16-point lead for Underbank at the moment as Knight then, first man out, finds quick hands to Chatterton. Chatterton 2 tries already, looking for a hat-trick.
Great skill from the back row with a catch and pass there.
From Owen Restall, again another one of the try scorers, as Tom Stringer goes on his own. Here is Knight again, goes for the middle runner, which is Booth. Booth just stopped a couple short of the line as Boothroyd head up goes, and he's just short of the line, and turnover. It's not the worst place to turn the ball over though, is it?
It's not. Again, we talk about it, game management, turning the ball over there, make Orrell come out. If you put the kick in, it rolls dead. The 20 metres out from their own line. So risk it, have a go. The gap was there for the Boothroyd to go through. Just a good tackle there from the 13, Louis, and he kept him out. But again,
don't forget, if you're an Our League member, you can get £5 off Coral Challenge Cup semi-final tickets at the University of Bolton Stadium, and you can also get 5% off your Wembley tickets with a free junior ticket as well. If you go to the app and to the Our League website, you can pick your promo codes up from there. It's a good run from Josh Houghton. Gets over the 20 years.
They need more of that.
From
They need
fullback and
they need to get out of dummy half, quick play the balls. It's just very slow, controlled by Underbank at the minute. And
Jake Davis goes for a little kick into the middle. Brave that from Jacob Garside. It was a great take, wasn't it?
it was so very. Just the ball dipping towards his feet, full length, gets down, picks the ball up, and Underbank start the set on the halfway line again. For me, I think that ball's got to try and go downfield.
Courtney Alette will play it as Underbank make a change. Will Broadbent Allen has just got back out there as the rain gets heavier. Glad I changed my coat at half time anyway, that's all I'm going to say. Is Knight then out at the back to Pogson, and he's wrapped up this time as Boothroyd at dummy half to Knight. Quick hands for Stringer, and Stringer just couldn't get that ball away. As Boothroyd again at dummy half goes up. Oh, it's opened up for Boothroyd. Chance here, hat trick for Alex Chatterton, and Underbank lead by 26 points to 6. Great work from the replacement hooker Andy Boothroyd through the dummy. The Orrell defence has parted, and Chatterton there on the shoulder to pick up a hat trick, and Underbank lead by 26 points to 6.
Nice play from Boothroyd, jumping out, show and go, drew the fullback, and a nice and easy finish for the centre to complete his hat-trick. I think he's been good since he come on, the replacement 9. He's caused a few issues, he's got out nicely, carried the ball nice and strong, his defence has been good, and so laid a plate on for the outside back there to, as we say, complete his hat-trick. And Pogson, nice easy conversion in front of the sticks coming up.
Richard Knight, who we spoke to earlier, he was in hospital on Tuesday. I think he's just looking to get out of there, and he's done his 55 minutes or so, Tel.
Yeah, 55.
And they're going to let Danny Hurst have a go at standoff now, I think, because Pogson with the conversion attempt sticks the flags up, kicked it out the ground as well, and Underbank lead by 28 points to 6.
I'm not sure how old Hurst is. He looks quite young. Knight just put his arm around him, told him to enjoy himself, go out there, do what he does best.
It's Hanley Turner who's out there, who's just got out there. Doesn't look the oldest, looks one of the more junior members of the squad, doesn't he?
I think we've got a few years on him.
I think we're both, well,
A few more after today, this weather.
yeah, quite good. I'm going calling in somewhere that's literally a minute away afterwards for a warm up and a brew, so I'm all right. As Pyle gets us back underway, and it's an immediate impact for Hanley Turner as he gets it back. Great run. I think Underbank are beginning to enjoy themselves now, aren't they, as Nathan Robinson brings that back as Garside from dummy half. Here is Alette down this left hand side, and Courtney Alette just managed. Oh, he's just gone into touch as Courtney Alette just stuck his hand on the line. It's just been pointed out by touch judge.
It's probably, I know obviously the Underbank centre scored 3 tries, and you could probably say with the conditions it's been a game for the middles, but the 2 Underbank wingers I think have caused Orrell all ends of problems when they've had the ball. They've carried it nice and strong, they've got quick play of the balls, and they've been very impressive, to be fair. Both of them are taking a lot of pressure off the forwards.
You can hear any coughing in the background. It's the Underbank coach Richard Knight, who's he's really struggling since coming off. Not getting much sympathy from George King either, is he? But Orrell are on halfway. Wind's dropped though, hasn't it now? So, and then here it comes again. I'll shut up. Here's Tom Marsh for Orrell St James then. 32 out. This great line from David Kennedy. Pyle to Davis. Here's McHugh into the line. Down this right hand side to Kieran O'Mara, and he gets it away. 10 out from the line. Is there a try in it for Orrellers? Well, they scored off this in the first half. Garside's in there. Oh, they have scored. Great try for Orrell St James. It's a carbon copy of the first one. It's not the same try scorer, but Orrell St James are in. 28-10 now it is to Underbank.
Yeah, as we said, repeat of the first try for Orrell. Credit the Underbank defence for they just don't look like they can be broken down when they've got the ball in their hand. Put it on the floor, couple of grubbers towards them sticks. Difficult for the fullback in these conditions. Orrell picked it up, dove over, and I'm sure this will be 28-12 with the conversion added.
I'd love to tell you who scored, but it was right behind that brolly.
I think
it was
is it
this lad here in the white boots.
Yeah, I think he's either 13.
Yes, it is. Sam Lewis has got the try and the conversion added by Danny Pyle. So 28-12 it is now to Underbank. Just coming up to 3/4 time here at Orrell St James here on the Our League app. Don't forget, tomorrow afternoon 1:30, Millham against Red Star on the BBC Sport website. The draw takes place Monday at 6, also on the BBC Sport website. George Williams and Mickey Hyam will be pulling the numbers out on Monday night. If Orrell could go coast to coast now, just make it a little bit spicy, won't it, this last 20 minutes?
It will, and it'll start from a psychological point of view. Just start asking a few questions this Underbank team.
Well, they're almost up to halfway already as they try this short side with Kennedy.
The key thing for this set is they've carried it strong. They've got quick play the balls and they're running nice and direct. And
got the
Jack McHugh's chasing this one. The fullback's dropped it.
It's in the in goal, is it? And it's gone dead.
And it's
a goal
dropout.
line dropout. Almost.
We apologise. We can't see for the brollies from where we are, stood on perched on a bench.
You're brilliant way as well, Tel. Goal line dropout. Obviously,
inventive play though from Orrell.
We need to keep Terry dry because we do have got some electric up here, and we don't want it to end sadly that way.
Can we say hello to Nicola, who's sat at home with a cup of coffee?
Yeah,
nice and warm.
The boss. And hello to everybody who's watching around the world. I do a friend of mine in Galicia tuned in at the moment as Tom Marsh on the rumble. Pyle then gets it to Lewis, who was the last Orrell try scorer. What have they got up the sleeve as Jake Davis tries to take the line on, the 15 out. Houghton at dummy half. Goes the right hand side to Molyneux, and Molyneux just can't get out of that first tackle. Couple left in this set. Davis gets it to Pyle, needs a runner, it's Lewis again. Couple left as Houghton to this left hand side again. They're going to try and go for a little kick through, and ball's been kicked across the field of play and it's booted dead by Will Broadbent Allen, and it's going to be a fourth consecutive set now for Orrell St James.
The referees give a drop over a 20-metre restart. Not sure on that one. For me it looks only the one-on-one steal.
No, so the rugby gods have spoken for me. Can Orrell got the wind behind the sails at the moment as Kieran O'Mara takes it in and he's lost it. And here we go.
This
a
could
little
be
bit of stupidity from both teams.
Yeah, it's a difficult one. That the Orrell players lost the ball, but at the same time, legs have been lifted vertically and well over vertical. The horizontal, sorry, get my axes is mixed up there, and speared into the floor. So I can understand the reaction, but
Yeah, but Underbank don't need to get involved in this, do they? If there was a scoreboard, the Underbank players should just be pointing at that scoreboard and saying,
yeah, they do. And
they're wasting energy, aren't they?
they've got the decision. There was a knock on against Orrell. And I say just walk away from it if you can. Like I said, once he's knocked on, I don't think there's any need to follow through with the tackle and lift the legs as high as they did.
16 minutes left here. And you've got about 15 minutes before you need to pick your Coral man of the match, Sean. So
No pressure then.
no. I get the feeling Terry might be Mary Poppins shortly, our cameraman. It's going to disappear.
Tara Jones just taking the views of the other officials before she makes a decision over how to restart the game.
So the original decision is a knock on. That surely must stand. Back pocket.
Oh, there's a card coming. It's a yellow card for this number 7.
That's Pogson, isn't it?
Pogson. He's on his way to the bin.
Somebody else is going with him though, to be fair.
Could be the right centre for Orrell.
It is. It is Kiernan O'Mara. Has also been drifted for 10 minutes, so I think that's going to be it, one aside. Original decision's a knock on, so we'll stick with the original decision, won't we?
How far would you try and get with this kick with this wind behind you?
I think it's still going to be the knock on. It's the original decision.
Hold on. Penalty to Orrell.
Penalty then.
Oh, punching.
For the punching, okay. Courtney Allet's trying to make his point to Tara Jones, and she's just told him to get back in the defensive line. But that could be a bit of a momentum killer for Orrell as well, couldn't it?
It could have been if it had gone the other way, but you said the back on the front foot.
If on the off chance we're level at 80 minutes, we do play to a finish as Lewes takes it in now for Orrell. 15 out in centre field. Here is Pyle. Comes out of the back to McHugh. It's good slide and good defence from the youngster Hanley Turner. Didn't see
Number
any
12, the Orrell captain.
It's
Kennedy.
David Kennedy
Apologies, we are just dodging umbrellas here to try and see.
trying to go underneath and getting nowhere. Ball's come out. It's given play on. Last tackle.
Kick to the sticks.
Gone
Number 12, Kennedy's
as
gone
well.
for it. He's
lost
dropped the
it.
ball.
0 tackle. It's going to be a turnover on the 10. Knock on ruled by Tara Jones.
Yeah, the number 12 went for it from acting half-back. Knocked on. Underbank survived. It's a 20-metre restart as
7 tackle set as well.
Sarah Jones rules. He was over the line when he dropped the ball. Is the rule still in where you can kick it from a 20-metre restart?
Yes.
Chop and change, so...
Yeah, after that controversial grand final when St Helens did it, and it wasn't the same rule as the NRL was, and here's a penalty. Here's
the number 6 trying to entice the Orrell player, just
Danny
telling him
Hurst just trying to make his point.
Telling him thank you very much.
To Jake Davis. Of course, all the big clubs underway next weekend. Doesn't get much bigger than a Wigan Saints start, does it?
No, it doesn't. No, it's a fantastic way to start the season. Highly anticipated as well. Champions against last year's
It's a good shot.
league leaders.
Everyone in the far side where the Orrell benches enjoyed that, and they've still got that little bit of fire in the belly at the moment, haven't they? As
they need to. I just hope it doesn't descend into
it's a good
chaos.
calming run from Danny Hurst, as Garside will get it back and they'll kick their way out. They'll take that. It's a 7 tackle set, but they've got chance to get the defensive set realigned. They've got to wait for all the Orrell players to get back on side, and it will take 20 seconds off the clock.
And they've got to go 80 metres to get in it to register any points. I think we're probably just under 10 minutes to go. Obviously 3 tries required from Orrell, and if they're up this end of the field, it's going to take them a while to get down the other end.
We'll get a time check in a couple of moments' time.
29.
Just 11 minutes left then, plus whatever. Had a little bit of a hold up for the Chamois. We've got another hold up here. Yeah, don't forget, Millom against Red Start Belgrade tomorrow from 1:30 on the BBC Sport website. And then the draw, 6 o'clock Monday, also on the BBC Sport website. George Williams and Mickey Hyam will be conducting that. It's been lost. It's a loose carry ruled. And Underbank have got it back, and now they've got a penalty. Somebody's opened the trap. And two's the call. Two's the call from sideline. George King insistent that they go for 2. There's no goal kicker out there though, have they? Who's going to kick goals?
Yeah, Pogson's still in the bin, isn't
Pogson's
he?
still in the bin.
I thought George King was just celebrating that he managed to get past counting to 1.
Danny Hurst, I think, is going to have the kicking duties, or Hanley Turner. It's going to be the youngster Hanley Turner. No pressure, son.
Sensible option. Wind the clock down. Take him another minute off the clock.
And if they miss,
win behind him. Take the sting out of the game.
So Hanley Turner, left-footed, from 30 metres out. Gets the kick away. He's missed it, but doesn't matter. Take a minute off the clock. He looks disgusted with himself. Does Hanley Turner as well.
So Orrell have got to drop out from the 20, but with this wind, it's not going to go far. But if I was Underbank, I'd be watching the short one here.
It's landed at the feet of Lee St Hilaire. We'll just get 8 inside the Orrell St James half, right below our camera position here. Garside gets it to Booth. Great offload. Great offload. They don't need to be playing this flashy rugby though, do they? It's about containing things, and it's the loose
That's
carry.
a great shot.
It's a great shot. No advantage, so we'll come back for the scrum.
Was it the 12? The captain of Orrell St James is there coming up. Fantastic tackle technique. Hips nice and low, shoulder straight where it needs to be, right underneath the ball. Also with these conditions, the ball comes out.
To come this left hand side. Houghton at dummy half. Infield. I've had to close my book with the teams on because everything's smudged. I can't read anything now. It's Houghton at dummy half. Gets it to Pyle. Here is Lewis, who's impressed you from an Orrell perspective.
He has. He's like I say, he's worked really hard. Tried his heart out.
It's a charge down. That's
could be back to one.
It's a knock on. So the first knock on here for me is against Orrell because it's a charge down.
I disagree. He's played it with his hands.
That's right.
But I get what you're saying, but for me, he's put his arms in the air
because
to try and stop it.
Yeah, but the ball's heading in an upward direction, so it's classed as a charge down. It's the right call. It's a good call.
He's not turned his back though, has he?
he's gone to the ball. He's had his hands up and the ball's going up. So Tyra Jones has got that one spot on. One of those technicalities of the rules, isn't it?
Interpretation, I think it's.
Yeah. Yeah, if the ball's going up, it's classed as a charge down.
Ooh.
That's high.
See, that was a grab, weren't it?
Yeah,
weren't really.
nothing really in it. Chest and slid up would be the best way of putting that, wouldn't it?
Was it 14 Pike?
Yeah, it's 14. Danny Pyle who's done that. That one's in the bar. Turner then gets it to Booth.
I was going to ask how long have I got left to choose me man of the match.
6 minutes left. We'll get the nod from Tell in about 5 minutes time as Underbank on the charge then with Hurst, and Hurst going across field. Ball's come out. We'll play on though with Restall, and Restall plays it 5 out as Hurst. Forward pass is the call from Tyra Jones on that occasion. And Orrell will get the scrum 10 away from the line. The two guys are ready to get back out of the sin bin. It's been waved back on. There's no sign of Kiernan O'Mara yet on the other side. He's just noticed that Pogson's back out there, and he's raced back in to join the action. It's fair enough, isn't it?
I think it was punishment enough just sending him off a go standing call for 10 minutes.
Yeah. It's been you could almost say it's been a very professional performance from a Premier League conference side today, hasn't it?
It has, and I think that's been you said that has been the difference. The way that Underbank have controlled the ball, they took the chances when they've had them, and like I said,
they've only been broken by 2 kicks as well, haven't they?
Yeah, I think defensively they've been superb, and it's been relentless as well. It's not just been in patches.
Here is Lee St Hilaire. Good old-fashioned run around. Not seen one of them for a few years.
Bring back the Parramatta wall.
And if you want to see that, you can go to a well-known video sharing site. Tell's about to get blown away. About 4 minutes left, Tell.
Yep.
As Underbank then look to put the icing on the cake. Offload, it's going to be 0 tackle. Should be. It's touched an Orrell player and it's been given, so it's 0 tackle.
Ball's on the floor.
And it's been real stolen. 2-1 might be the call again here from George King and Richard Knight.
It is.
2 is the call. 90. He's a very cold man, but we've got the Underbank coach Richard Knight with us. You must be pleased with your boys' defence today, mate.
Yeah, they've got over the line twice on 2 kicks. We've defended our line probably 5 or 6 times, especially in that first half, and yeah, they've come up trumps. We've worked a lot in the pre-season on that, so it's pretty pleasing, mate. Given
the week you've had, mate, 55 minutes, pleased with that?
Oh yeah, if someone had told me I'd got 5 minutes out on Wednesday when I was sat in HRI, I'd have told them they were kidding. So yeah, I'm glad I got the 55 out and we've got the job done.
And good to blow the cobwebs away with 6 weeks to go till the NCL?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the NCL's our main priority this year. We got up there in the Prem last year and we had a fair crack at it. So we use these as friendlies basically for the start of the season, but hopefully we can go one better next round and get a semi-pro team in the 3rd round.
Cheers, Richard Knight, the Underbank coach, joining us as Hanley Turner sticks the kick over, and Underbank extend their lead to 30 points to 12.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So 30 points to 12 after the kick from Hanley Turner. Sean Briscoe is about to pick his
Trying to
Coral
get some
man of the
advice
match.
from there.
We can't update the score because we're having some water issues up on the gantry with Tel.
You might have heard me just trying to get some advice from Richard over the MOM. He went for the right centre, but for me, he's just put the ball in and scored 3 tries.
And here
Good
he
catch
is.
there, though.
Here he is, the hat-trick man. I'll give you another couple of minutes to make your mind up. As St Hilaire then takes it in. 18 points the lead now. This weather in this second half's been vile, hasn't it?
It has. Summer rugby is
Summer
back.
rugby is back. I wouldn't mind. This time last year I was buying shorts and sun cream to go to Australia. Benefits of having a lovely wife who's a Hull fan. There you go. As Hurst jumps from dummy half, gets over halfway, last tackle, just get this off the island, kick it out is the cry from George King. As Pogson come off, and that's going to be play on. And Orrell now drinking in the Last Chance Saloon. Adam Lavin with the run there for Orrell St James. I think that's the first carry that Kernan O'Mara's had since getting back from the bin. Here's Gaskov, and he gets 10 inside the Underbank half. Oh, just overrun there, didn't they? But he's done well there as Josh Houghton gets back into centre field. Last tackle, says Tara Jones. We're in added time, so back of this set as Lewis goes, Lewis flicks it out at the back. It's going to go through the hands. Chance here. Kick comes in though instead from Jake Davis. It's a high kick. It's well jumped. It's well claimed by Jacob Garside. We're in added time. Sean, I need to ask you who your Coral Challenge Cup man of the match is this afternoon.
I've still got to choose.
You've still got to choose.
3 tries from Alex Chatterton in that right centre, but for me, I know he spent 10 minutes in the bin, but Richard Pogson, obviously great kicking display, just from open play and obviously at goal as well, and nice try to cap it off. So I think I'm going to go the man of the match. He's number 7, Richard Pogson.
Richard Pogson has got the Coral Challenge Cup man of the match. We'll be presenting that on pitch after. We'll get pictures on social media of that a little bit later on. And then don't forget tomorrow, Millom against Red Star Belgrade, live on the BBC Sport website. That is a end of game kick and one bounce into the fence. Still the cry of no penalties, and
I think that's been a great element of the Underbank game, that relentlessness, that willingness to keep getting up off the line and keep putting pressure on Orrell. The game's probably been won for 15-20 minutes, but they've still had that attitude to get up and put the Orrell team under pressure, and they could easily just let them run in a couple of tries, but they've still got that mentality that they want to keep them out. So it's been very impressive from Underbank.
And the line speed's still good as well, isn't it?
It is, and like I say, we're into added time now, and it would be easy to be half-hearted and going up and just making the tackles, but they've still got that intensity in them.
So we'll get towards the end of the game, then we're going to have to go and find our man of the match and present him with his medal, Richard Pogson, and then we're done. Off to the warmth, and you're off for a fundraising event tonight, aren't you?
I am. I'm off to Hindley Amateur Club. They've got a fundraiser for their under-14s, and then I think after that to Wigan hospital. My sister is currently in labour with her first child, so I will be an uncle again by hopefully the end of the weekend.
Good stuff. Great stuff.
I don't think she'll be listening, I'll be honest.
No, I think she's got other things on her mind at the moment.
Penalty against Underbank here for holding on.
Oh, she's not playing the ball. Moving off the mark. I've got to be honest, Tyree. You can just blow full time for me now. I think Tells just said that up on the gantry.
I'm impressed with Terry up there, keeping all of that umbrella and videoing at the same time.
Yep. As the rain drives down here.
3/4 of the crowd are in the clubhouse already.
Yeah. That's where I want to be at the moment.
I'd like to say hello to my wife, who's got my umbrella in her car.
What, in her car?
In her car. She
Oh,
took it
right.
out of my car,
Great.
decided she
Thanks.
needed it.
I didn't think of, I
It's
didn't
not
bring
been
the umbrella.
returned.
That could be wrap things up here. Can't be long left now. About 4 minutes over now, Tell.
Yep.
We did have quite a lengthy delay for the disagreement, shall we say. That's the way of putting it, isn't it? That's it. Tyrus blown full time, and Underbank Rangers progress into the second round of the Coral Challenge Cup with a 30 points to 12 victory here over Orrell St James. Tries for Orrell from Danny Pyle and Sam Lewes, but 5 tries for Underbank on the afternoon. Owen Restall, Richard Pogson with 1, and a hat-trick for Alex Chatterton mean their win by 30 points to 12, and an entertaining game to say it's both sides' first hit of the year.
It was, and we probably saw some elements that they want to cut out and work on for the rest of the season. But yeah, impressive, especially from Underbank. Orrell stuck at it. They'll go well this year in Division 3. They've got some skillful players. Dry track probably suit them a little bit better. But yeah, very impressed by Underbank and especially their defence.
So that's it. Don't forget, if you are an Our League member, you can get £5 off your Challenge Cup semi-final tickets, 5% off your Challenge Cup final tickets, plus a free junior ticket as well. Millom against Red Star Belgrade tomorrow is on the BBC Sport website. We will have a second round game on the Our League app as well. The draw Monday night, 6 o'clock. George Williams and Mickey Hyam will be conducting that one. Congratulations to Underbank. They are into the second round of the Coral Challenge Cup. From Terry on the camera and from me and Sean here, thanks for joining us this afternoon. We'll see you for some second round coverage in a couple of weeks' time.